Hey everybody, Engineer Coffee, welcome back to Mars. Last episode we built this little snub fighter. I got some modifications I want to do to it. We also have our flaming monorail over there that we need to pretty much just tear down and start over. I think I've got some ideas for it, of what we want to do there. And then I think there's a couple little small projects I'd like to do around the facility as well. We also need to reprint a new skeeter drone. That would be cool. And looks like I need to go take that guy back home before he runs out of battery. So, a lot to do. Alright, I'd like to thank my newest member, Jason K, and if you would like to join, there should be a button down below. Otherwise, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll get started. Alright, well I got an idea here for the snub fighter. I want to just grind off these pieces here. We can only do it on this nacelle, we can't do it on this one, otherwise the thrusters will damage it, and that is not what I wanted to grind down. And then here I just want to put some side thrusters on here to get a little bit more strafing out of it. We got plenty of battery capacity, so we should be able to do it. Wow, it's actually not damaged. Well, we'll try this one out, actually. Let's go ahead and get 3 this way. Alright, well, let's go ahead and give this a shot with the override. I know sometimes it's different than thrusting full forward like this. We turn backwards and get the thrust override. Wow, okay, it's 100%. We can get away with that. Okay, well, that's good. Let's go ahead and test our power. I mean, it adds a little bit. I mean, it definitely helps. And we're not overloading our power constraints of our 4 batteries. We definitely don't have a lot of power in this thing. We're only good for 20 minutes. Well, I definitely found out what was causing a lot of my frame drops, and I should have known. I guess I thought they were off, is all the projectors that are in the skeeter bay are on right now. Even though they don't have a blueprint, they tend to bog down the FPS, so hopefully we're good. We're at like 55 right now. It's not terrible. Alright, and over here in the coffee shop, somebody had suggested putting in a little robot barista in here, which I thought would be kind of fun. So I did, down here in the bottom floor, I did put in a room, so at least we can keep it pressurized. We're not going to lose all of our air from this entire space. But I'll try to put a small grid little robot man in here would be kind of fun. So let's see what we can come up with. Alright, down here let's make a subgrid to start with. There we go, we'll add the landing gear there for stability. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to build our platform off of this. That's going to be... oh, that's actually pretty flush. I'm okay with that. And then we should be able to get... yeah, blocks there. Alright, it's always weird to me you can get a full block on one side, but not the other. I don't know what it is about the... it must be the math, I guess, of what is like a 0 and what's not. That's okay, because yeah, I can get a full block here and another one right here. But I couldn't get a full block on this side. That would need to be a slope, and then that one needs to be this double slope. You didn't really see that because I put a block in front of it. But yeah, it has to be this double slope here, but we can get a slope there, and we can get a full block on this side. And it's just kind of temperamental of which one wants to work and which one doesn't. And, you know, typically I'll do it sloped the whole time, but just a little quirk. Alright, I'm rethinking this just a bit. We'll still have the guy slide here, but I want to put a piston. Let's see, how big are these pistons? Let's go back, find one. Okay, so if I put a piston here, let's weld them up real quick, and I extend them fully out, come to right there, which is probably perfect, actually. So we can go here, and is there any way to attach a head to this? You can attach, right? Yeah, attach and detach. Okay, that's good. Reverse that guy. Let's put a piston here. Like that. Let's grind off the head. Let's put another head on here. Alright, so I've got my pistons here. For these pistons here, I'm going to use a maximum distance here. Instead of the 2.0, I'm going to use this 1.98, whatever. Somebody on my Discord had posted this. This is the official number from Keen, I guess, to actually get these guys to merge properly. So I think we can do that, and we'll do it the same for this one. I'm hoping we can still attach that head. There we go. I think that's working. I don't know if that's actually just merged. I guess we could try to pull it. It's not actually attached. Okay, well that's unfortunate. Alright, let's go ahead and reverse this guy and see if it's going to blow up. There we go. We got one grid now. Okay, so I think that's working. One is extending, one is reversing, so we'll constantly do that to get the robot to go side to side. And then because the piston's right here on the floor, we don't have to worry about falling in. So that's nice. Alright, And the inspiration for this little guy is the robot on Passengers, if you guys have ever seen that movie. Michael Sheen's character. Alright, so here for the body, I'm actually going to use a coffee machine because I think it's funny. And we can use little hinges as arms. Alright, then hopefully right here I can drop a coffee. If I can go ahead and get this guy out and drop him properly. Go. Is he going to stick? He is. Good. There we go. We'll give him a motion controller for a head, because of course we need to. Here on the top. His head won't rotate, but I feel like getting a rotor here would be awkward. And I kind of like his little coffee machine body. Alright, there we go. We get a little motion controller with a happy face. I don't actually know how to use these. I've never really used it, but it'd be kind of cool to get like the suspicious left and right as he's moving. That would be kind of funny. But basically we want to just get this guy. Let's get a like maximum angle we want him to turn. And we'll just give him a velocity of, yeah, I think +5 is fine. Because then every once in a while we'll just do a reverse like this. And then just another timer that does a reverse on the piston. And I think that would be fine. We don't need to totally overcomplicate this thing. He just needs to look like he's a little bit busy. I think that's pretty funny. He's a little chunky, but I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and give him a cool color. Let's give him the orange, maybe? I think this is orange and plastic, which is fine. Alright, there we go. We got our little blinking robot man. Here, we're just going to hang the timers off the bottom here. I think that'd be fine. We'll just hang it off of this block, just so it's easy to find on the grid. Okay, then in here in the robot rotor timer, all we're going to do is find that coffee rotor. And we're just going to do it reverse every once in a while, and then it is going to start itself. Alright, I love it. He's rotating and moving at the same time for no reason. Alright, we got our little robot friend. I might put some more timers and rotate his arms and stuff around. That'd be kind of fun. Alright, well it is completely stupid, but I love it. We got a little robot that swings his arms and spins and has this little happy dumb face. And just continually goes on a random... I mean, it's all timed, but it's kind of random. One's 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 7 seconds. It's all just kind of different numbers, so he kind of rotates in different areas, and it's pretty fun. So now we got a little robot barista guy here, so we should probably put a little caution strip here, just so we don't come into the employee-only section. But there we go. We got a little life in our coffee shop. Alright, it's time to tackle these monorail bogies again. So I redid the front and the back one here. With 2x2 wheels, it seems to be working a lot better. A lot more stable, we're up off the ground, the batteries are higher. It'll just mean that this kind of front truck will dive down quite a bit more. These mid wheels, though, I brought them out towards the outside to hopefully make it a little less tippy. So we still got these on the inside, mainly to drive, and so it kind of comes across this section here and actually get some grip, but hopefully this will help us with stability. And it seems to be working pretty good. I've got a pretty good speed limit on this, and it bounces around the corners, and I'm not seeing sparks, so that's been really good. I haven't modified the angle of the track to see if we could do any better, but this works. There was other suggestions in the comments of making the mid wheels a little bit softer, so then we make sure that we have all 3 sets of wheels on the track, so we're not having like a teeter-totter effect. So I went ahead and did that. It seems to be working. And then I did the opposite for the side wheels. The mid one is really hard, while the 2 outside ones are soft. That way it can kind of flex and bounce around these corners as we go. So it seems to be working really good. I got 2 of them built, one on the back over there and one here on the front. And now I want to build a mid one. All right, so we're going to have a mid car here. I was thinking of having it like a subway look that we could get between each car, and it was all going to be pressurized, but I don't think that's going to work. So we're going to have like a mid car here, or a mid truck bogie here with 2 cars, and it'll basically be like an airport monorail where you can't really walk between the cars. It doesn't really matter. You're going on a short trip to, well, in this case, we're going to go to housing or a spaceport or something. So it's not a long travel. So I'm fine with that. We'll just have 2 different cars. So let's go ahead and build this mid bogie because it's going to be a little bit different. Well, I think I've got a plan for this one. It's basically going to be the same size. But I want to have a hinge between it, so it's got 2 different grids, so it can kind of flex as we dip the track down or make it go up. I think it would be cool. There we go, like that, and then we'll go back to that left wheel, and this one will stick inward. Same over here. Alright, and then for the side wheels, I'm thinking I'm only going to do... I don't know if I want to do 4. I think that's going to get pinched in between. I think I'm just going to do 2. Let's put them just here and here, I think we'll be fine. The whole car is going to be connected together, so I think that should be okay. Alright, there we go. There's the bogie all welded up, and now we need to put the hinge on between here. Hopefully I can get it placed. I might have to grind off that block now that I look at it. Alright, so we'll have negative go down, and then we'll just grind off that... Oops, that was not the right piece to grind off. Here I want to put our rotors. Normal rotors are fine. We're not transferring anything. Alright, I'm going to take away this center section here real quick, and I'm going to put a battery in between instead. Alright, there we go. We got a couple small batteries per side here, and then we'll put our hinge in between. Alright, let's see if we can go ahead and cut this guy free and get a another block in here. We might have to raise those wheels up if it does drop, which is fine. Okay, well it certainly dropped. That's fine. Alright, let's cut it free and see what happens. There we go. Okay, well they didn't move, so that's good news. Now we should be able to get a hinge part between here. And if I could actually select the hinge, that would be great. Let's go ahead and attach it. There we go. And let's just turn it off. And that should do it. Let's get a helm on here and just see if we can drive it around for a little bit. The batteries are not going to last very long. Alright, does it drive? It does drive. A little bouncy, obviously, between the two, but hopefully when we get weight and it's connected to the other car, that will be fine. I'm liking it. I mean, this car does take up quite a bit of space. We're not going to get like a lot of seating necessarily in each car, but that should be fine. Alright, I've been looking at it. I think I'm going to keep the batteries here because the only other place I'd put them is like in the top nose of the car, or it would go down here, which already screws with the floor. So I think it's kind of the best place to put them. So we'll go ahead and just connect blocks between these guys for now. I think that should give us some pretty decent rotation. We're not going to, you know, go very steep. We're only going 6 degrees, so I think that should be enough there to bend. Then I think, like somebody suggested, we could put half blocks here as our floor. Keep it up off the ground and not scrape, and we can still add our doors to it. There we go, something like that. Actually, that's really close. Wow, okay. So this guy just needs to come forward just a smidge. Alright. I don't mind cheating a little bit and using spectator for a little bit. There we go. Connected, that's good, and it didn't break. So that's even better. Alright, let's see if we get as lucky here with the other connector. Alright. Well, we didn't break, so that's good news. Let's go ahead and just... actually, let's keep these guys. We might need them to drive. If I start to drive, does it allow me? Oh, it does. Okay. I was worried I was going to have to, like, turn off the other side or something, because I'd be fighting it. We might need to increase our power now that we actually have a full cab. There we go. Nice. I like it. It's working pretty good. I think we could increase some of the power and stuff on the wheels, or have the other back wheels, you know, in like a wheel override or something to drive. But I think we're only at like 20% power, so there's that. Alright, and we can actually go backwards. This is good news. We're actually got some speed here. I'm pretty happy with this. Okay. Okay, I'm really liking it. I'm really happy with that. We'll probably just do like one door, even though this walkway is really wide. I'm not going to do that many doors, so we get more seating in here, I think would be more appropriate. Alright, well I've been playing around with the floor here, and I think I've come up with a plan. Sinking the door, and then we can walk up here. So we're just going to have the monorail actually kind of straddle the rail, because we actually don't tilt that much. Let's go ahead and actually test this. I drove it out here a little bit. There we go. When we bend around, we should be good. Let's get to like the midpoint here. We might have to replace these with heavy armor if it does start to scrape, but we'll see. But it's looking pretty good. There's a little bit of spark there, I can see it. Alright, I was taking a step back and looking at it, and that needs to be an angled piece, so it actually looks pretty good from the side of the car. I don't really like the triangle-ness of this. Maybe I could replace this inside piece with something like that. Not sure. That might look a little bit better, and maybe we could put lights or something on the bottom. Let's go ahead and give this one some speed. Not bad. Alright, we're gonna give this one some speed. We'll see what happens. Wow, okay, we actually seem to be okay. I am pretty happy with that. Alright, that feels pretty good. Now let's get some seats and see what we can do. Alright, so we can get some chairs in here. We could do like that. That might be okay. Oh, wow, we can actually fit them that close together. See, if we did a space of 3 on these ones, that's better. These are just like little kiddie chairs. I think that's what's throwing me off. Look how much of his knees have to bend to be able to sit on it. we'll just roll with it, I guess. All right, here we go. I'm thinking we could put bars across like this as like handrails so you could hold on. Yeah, so then here we'd have like our conveyor pipe, and we'll expose it because it looks cool. And then we'll put in an air vent. There we go, something like that. We'll have the piping here with some vents that go all the way along. Other than glass, we don't really have any good window options other than the bay windows, but I feel like those are... Oh, those are too tall. Yeah, is that going to look weird? I feel like the bay windows might be a weird choice. Let's see, then here we'd have windows. Can we get a good block of windows in? They'd only be 2 wide. I guess like that. I don't know, it's kind of growing on me. We might need to put like another stripe here or something, or maybe we'll put in, you know, like an armor stripe like this that we can get kind of a design on or something. Would be good. Other than that, I'm kind of liking it. It's not bad. I want this thing to be industrial and blocky and kind of plain, because that's kind of what the rest of the base is supposed to be. This is like an industrial, you get to work monorail. Alright, I think I've come up with a pretty cool handrail system here that doesn't bother me too much with all these little pegs sticking out. So the pegs will attach to these ones, it'll go up to the ceiling. So that looks pretty good attached there. Now we have a little handrail that we can grab onto. So I think that looks pretty cool. Alright, I've been playing around with shapes in the back here, and I think I've come up with something fairly decent. I don't know. I'm thinking about putting life support back here, though, because we've got the conveyor port that goes to our vents in the, I was going to call it cab, but in the car here. I think I might want to redo that vent. I just noticed that it's right on the wall now. I think we'll put the life support back here. Maybe an oxygen tank or something in here would be good. Maybe 2. I don't know if we need an O2H2 generator, but we could. There we go. Now we can add tanks in here. Well, let's see. Is that rotated the right way? It is. You know what? Let's just keep them orange. Why not? Put a couple tanks there, and then we'll do the H2 generators on the backside. Like that. You know, I'm just thinking about it. I should have done an advanced rotor here, and then had this piping instead of batteries. So then they could have shared the conveyor port with each other. Because yeah, we could put a conveyor port on the one to connect up to the base, and it could suck in oxygen and ice and things, and then supply it to the other car. Yeah, that would be a great idea. Can I do that now that we've already put it all together? Yeah, the doorway is going to be our clearance. I'm wondering if we can get a turret in here. There we go. You know, that doesn't look half bad. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. Well, I really do want to connect those together now. I still wonder if I could get away with it somehow. I mean, I guess I could just redo the whole thing, but these wheels are going to fall onto that. I need a landing gear. I guess I could do it. Let's go ahead and try it. I want to see if we can get this to work. Alright, there we go. We got it mag plated on and lifted off, so now we can grind this guy away. And this one's going to be a problem too, so we should probably get a another piston mag plate thing going on there. Alright, cool. We got this guy locked down as well, so now we can go ahead and get rid of this stuff. Let's just go ahead and get rid of the batteries. Oh, I guess I didn't need to get rid of the batteries, did I? They could have gone differently. There we go. Get rid of that, and we can put the advanced head here, but we need to get a conveyor there first. We'll just put a junction there. That should be fine. Now, an advanced rotor head. Is that the right one? Yes. Somebody... Oh, shit. Well, crap. Let's see if we can get a merge block on there real quick. Knew I was going to do that. I constantly grind the wrong part, especially with these. There we go. Okay. Whew. Crisis averted. That was bad. Always grind the wrong part. Okay, now we can, in theory, lower this guy down. I need to get that car connected back up there, because that rotor's not going to attach, I don't think. Well, I guess we could try it. Oh, it did work. Okay. Never mind then. Yeah, we can go back with the batteries though. So let's go ahead and get that going on there. Okay, batteries are back in, and now we can get a hinge system going on here. So if we do, I think we'll just do this with one of these into it. Actually, maybe like that. That doesn't look half bad. And then we want our hinge in between. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll put the hinge on this one and the hinge part on the other one. Okay, now, can we do the same thing to this one? We got that reinforced already with the battery, and the batteries are staying. All we need to do is undo this. There we go, it dropped out. And then this part needs to come off. That needs to become a block. Man, this is terrible working conditions under here. There we go. And then an advanced rotor right there. Okay, did it add a head? It did. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of that one. And then can we attach right now? Can. Great. That's awesome. There we go. A corner, a T, and a T, and then this one is going to get the hinge part. Alright, let's come out here where we're not in the doorway. That would be good. Maybe we can get this guy the truck to actually align properly. Okay, there we go. Now we should be able to snap that guy together, hopefully. There we are. We're right there. Please attach. It really doesn't want to attach, and I don't know why. Let's just go ahead and flip the hinge part like that. See if that's going to help. No, it really doesn't like that. I don't know why. Okay, I just had to grind it down and build a new one, and it's working fine now. So I have no idea. Whatever. It's done now. It's attached. I think we're good. Yeah, that's okay. And now we can definitely transfer stuff between, so they can share ammunition and ice and O2 and all that stuff. That'll be good. I'm done messing with it, I guess. Here we go. We're going to put a couple small cargo boxes on the side here with our sorter. So we can make sure we have ammunition drawing over here and some spare. There we go. Something like this. And then we can carry that forward. Maybe we could put like an antenna or other things on the top. And let's see, I want to carry this as well. Alright, I'm almost out of battery. I've just noticed all of my batteries have no bars on them. So we're going to just go ahead and hook this little temporary guy up here. Okay, there we go. Got a little temporary hookup for our bogie here so we can get these batteries charged because, yeah, these guys are pretty dead. Alright, I'm looking at the car here, and I'm wondering if we redo this front truck again, where we have this, an actual, like, drivable cab, and it's completely separate. That we have the hinge. Hinge could still be there, or maybe we bring the hinge back here. It doesn't really matter. It just needs to spin the body as we go, so maybe we do put the hinge back here, and we make this an actual cab with its own door, and we can put a door, you know, like right here in the base or something, or here, to access it, wherever it lines up, that we can get into the driver's seat, and it's just separate from the car. Alright, let's see, we don't actually need this battery, we can go ahead and get rid of it for now. Right here will be the advanced rotor. Okay, there we go. That should work, and now we can take apart this guy, and it should all stay pretty good. Let's go ahead and let's just cut it free. There we go, and now we should be able to attach. There we go. We didn't break anything too bad. No? I think we're good. Okay. Alright, I've got this temporarily blocked up here on the side. We should be okay to cut this off. Yes. Okay, good. And then we'll get a connection here. Yeah, see, that's what I was worried about. If I just slope right there, we run into the wall. There we go. These doors are going to just be up higher. We'll have to figure out something to how we want to do the door access to them. It's just going to be a little bit funky, I think. That looks pretty good. Just trying to blend in some of this stuff. You know, from far away, that's not horrible. It's getting there. Now we just need to figure out the front of the cab of how we want that to look. Man, is there another storm? Sheesh. Been building this train, I think we've had 3 separate storms like this. It's been crazy. We just want nice lighting, but it's not going to happen. Yes, we can go over the top like that. So this will at least still be sealed. Should be airtight. You know, that's something I never checked over here. I should probably close these doors and make sure that we're actually airtight. Oh, it is through that floor. Okay. Can we replace this with a block? That should be sealed. Yeah, it's just these blocks. Okay, apparently I did it on this one already. Yep, those are solid blocks. That's a solid block. Okay. Alright, we are pressurized. That's good to know. Okay, that's all fine. And now we need to plumb underneath it. From the rotor to that block there. There we go. So that we're just going to do in a pipe. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that T, because that looked pretty nice on the other one. Okay, now we can get another turret in here. I think these boxy new style works out really well for this kind of Soviet era boxy theme thing we got going on here. Okay, but it's right in our head, so that's fun. Yeah, it would be nice to go back one, wasn't it? There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's not in our head. Well, it's not going to seal, though. Unless we, like, crouch down to get into our seat. That's really not going to work well. So I can't get a block there. The wheel absolutely has to go right there, and I can't... I don't think I can get away with this one, could I? Ooh, that's an option. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Like this. Let's see, we need to come back this way to get the other wheels on this side. Then we'll do our half block in between. Okay, so now we can walk in and we can get into a cab, and that would be fine. Oh, this is going to be such a pain. Oh, I can actually project it. I was going to say, this is going to be such a pain to recreate on the other side, but we can go ahead and use a projector. Okay, this is actually coming together way better than I thought it was going to. It's still pretty boxy and ugly, but I think if we get a nice front on here, that would be cool. Alright, there we go. Maybe a control seat there. This might not need to be that deep. Alright, what does this look like as we're sitting in the front? First person is what I wanted? Well, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. We can still get some stuff in here. I think I'm going to replace these beam blocks, though, with solid blocks. We'll probably just make the transition, I guess, all the way back here. Just go ahead and redo all of that. I just don't like the look of this, like, weird transition between them. Alright, and not that I haven't already gone too far. Let's go ahead and disconnect this. Let's get these batteries back on auto. Alright, yep, I'm already hitting the back wall over there, so we're not going to be able to get too much... Yeah, we're not going to be able to get that long. I mean, I guess I could always bump out the backside, because this door is not aligned, so that's a problem. I was worried about that. If I'm up here, if I am back that far, can I get the door closed? It looks like I can. We can just go ahead and rotate you. If we reverse him, the door should automatically start closing because of the action relay that we made in the last episode. There we go. Doors are closing. Okay, well, we are really close to the edge, but we can still technically get into the door here. Okay, I like this alignment. I'm okay with this alignment. We're going to have to figure out the other car, though, for this alignment. I guess the car will just be slightly different. The door will be in the middle on this one. We get away with the door in the middle on this one? Not really. I did not do a good job of splitting the difference here. We're definitely not centered. We're one block off, pretty much. Alright, I definitely should have built the monorail around the station around the monorail, but I think this will work. Alright, let's give it a little driving test here to make sure that we're still okay. Still got enough power, so that's good. Yeah, it's a little... No, it's not bad. It comes right around. Sounds clangy. Oh, there's a block in there, that's why. That's why it sounds clangy. I forgot we had that block floating around. Yeah. Okay, it's free now. Beautiful. Okay, I'm really liking this. Now we just need to figure out the rest of the cab. Just do solid here for now. That, and then we could put those LCD screens. There's those corner LCDs that I never use. Put those right there. We can, you know, put armor panels on the front here to cover that up. That would be easy enough. Alright, I'm liking it. And then when we sit in our cab, we can see our screens. Yes, we can. Perfect. Alright, well, the front is turning out a little bit more aerodynamic than I was kind of expecting it was going to, but I think it'll work. Let's not do that one. Let's do these blocks. I don't know about the stripe. We're just going to go ahead and just get rid of that. That's fine. I think we could do it differently, actually. Instead of this...
Inventory full.
It's never going to come across the door. Okay, why is that?
Inventory full.
Is it that block? Okay. It's interesting. I didn't know you could throw a block up there and it would prevent the door from opening. Wish I had a mirror like creative, because now I gotta replicate this on the other side. Alright, well, I think I got this guy buttoned up pretty well. I think I need to do a little bit more detailing. It's still a little blocky here. I wish we were able to, like, come in a bit. Maybe I could. I guess I could maybe redo these side. Well, that one's got to be that wide. But I feel like this one could have maybe dove in under the door and then we could have cleaned this up a little bit different, but it's not bad. It's blocky, it's chunky, it's kind of what it's supposed to be. We got a turret up here and a turret over here, and we'll have 2 more, obviously, when we mirror it over. Alright, and then I did some stuff on the inside here. Still need to do a little bit more detailing and figure out the screens here. I need to get lights in, for one. But I got a little fridge and coffee machine, weapon rack, and the first aid kit here. And we are pressurized, so that's really nice. And it is plumbed the rest of the cars, so that's really good too. And it works. It's moving along, and we need to get the other car and train done. And then we can do a little bit more detail work. So let me get some lights and other things in here. And then we'll get the welding ship and a projector, well, 2 projectors, to get the other 2 sections done. Alright, it's coming along. I've got some lighting on the inside here, and I've got an idea of what I want to do here. I've got some lights for the exit sign, because you need to know if it's pressurized outside before you open the door and kill yourself. So, what I want to do over here, we have this conveyor port, or, yeah, small conveyor, little junction thing. So I'm going to grind that guy out, and I'm going to put a fan there instead. We can just go ahead and face it forward. Doesn't really need to be plumbed up, but it also just kind of gives me an excuse to cover that guy up. And we're going to use it as like an outside air monitor. Alright, so here in the setup actions for the vent, when it is pressurized, we want to turn the green one on, and then we want to turn it off when it's not pressurized, and then we'll just go to page 2, we'll take that second light and turn it on, and then turn it off. And then for the third one, we're going to use these red depressurized lights. It's going to do off, then on. And same for page 4, off, then on. Obviously, we'd only need one of the green lights if you wanted to, but I want to get a little bit pedantic and have the red or green. I think that's cool. Alright, and obviously we're depressurized right now, so we're going to go ahead and turn these green lights off. And then hopefully when we get into pressure in the interior here, we will see those lights change. Alright, one more thing before I take a final blueprint. Up here on the top, I should have some conveyors actually. Up here, I want to put a junction, and then a hinge. Go a hinge like that, with a piston on the top of it. Alright, there we go. A hinge with a piston, with another hinge, and a connector. And this is what we're going to do to connect to the base. So I don't know exactly where we're going to line up, so that's why I added a piston in here. But we will put some type of connector on the ceiling. I'm hoping to get it replaced, actually. Just take this full block out with that, I don't know exactly where it's going to line up, but with that new DLC block, but I have no idea when it's coming. So we're just going to go ahead and come up with a small grid rotor connection thing to do that. But all we need to do is transfer ice for the tank down here and ammunition for these turrets, and all of that goes through small grid. So I am totally good with that little connection there. Alright, well, I think that's good enough. I'm going to go ahead and take a new blueprint, get it over there, and then a blueprint of this cab and put it over here. This one's going to be a hot mess, actually, because it still has the battery and the bad connector. Alright, there we go. Got both the projections aligned. Let's go ahead and turn off and only show buildable. Alright, and then in here, instead of these oxygen tanks and H2 generators, we're going to put some batteries in. I think would make much more sense. Alright, so right here we're going to put our batteries instead. So let's go there. Like that. And we'll do the other side as well. Alright, there we go. There's the new hitch portion, and we've got the rotor done over here. There we go. So we should be able to swing this guy back over, hopefully. Okay, there we go. And now we should be able to attach, and hopefully it's not going to blow up. It didn't blow up. That's good. Okay, awesome. I'm going to go ahead and get the lobster, and we'll get this guy welded up. Alright, well, we'll see how effective this is. Alright, well, let's see how we did on our projectors here. I mean, this one's obviously going to be missing an armor panel, but for the most part, we should be good. Okay, 11 armor blocks. Left and right wheel suspensions. That's interesting. Are we not connected to our wheel suspension, or did it just get different than what it thought? Let's see. Can we throw some ice in here? I guess we can grab some ice and put it in over there. Are we pressurized? Oops. Stand on my own door. I did. We're pressurized, but we're not plumbed up. So that's a problem. Because we should be getting air right now from the tank. Somehow our plumbing is not right. Well, it looks like we're also missing a bunch of these bars, so let me go ahead and do that. Alright, where I figured out where the problem is, we've got this section under here that didn't get welded up, so let me get that. Can I pick it, please? I don't know why you have to get miles away sometimes for it to actually pick. There we go, now we got a green line of plumbing, and we should be able to take this guy out and put our gun back. Alright, so now when we close the door, we are getting pressure. Awesome. Alright, let's make sure we get pressure in this cab as well. Yes, great. Alright, well, I don't know what armor blocks we're missing from this thing. I mean, it thinks we're missing the wheels. So we've got that going for us. Let's get rid of this and that projector. We get in here and take out this projector as well. Oh, I did want to put a thing there. Another access panel. Alright, and then we need to get this piston on here. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and drive it into the bay here and see if we can fit it, I guess. I'm pretty sure it'll fit. That nose should go almost all the way up to the front. Let's just go all the way up. We might want to add some tires or something to the front of this thing, I think. Sure. I don't know. Oh, yeah. We're still on our platform there. Still got access to this. This door would obviously remain closed for now. Let's see. We can come over to this one and get inside. Yes. This one we can get inside. And are we clear of the door? We are. How close are we to the front? Pretty good. Pretty good there. And let's see, where do these guys kind of connect up into the black? And that one kind of could connect into that one. Alright, to get this guy connect up, I think this is probably the best spot for it, at least to get a connector block. Again, I want to get that, I really want it. That full block to small connector transition right there would be really nice. But I guess we'll just use a, probably a rotor? But we're going to need to block around it for now to get it pressurized. So we're going to have to redo a little bit of stuff here. Let's do this and this. I will need a pipe. Where am I going to pipe to? Well, we can go right through the gray here, right? We could just take out that gray section and then have it pipe up right here. Pipe will go here. All the way through, down to there, and then this guy can just... right here. This guy can be a junction. Or should we make this one the junction? Okay, there we go. Now we've got our pathway. We just need to get a block here. It's going to be a little unfortunate because we're going to see that exposed, which, whatever. There's just no, like, good conveyor system to go there, I guess. Let's expose it out there like that. Let's see, this actually needs to come up even further. So let's do... Okay, so piping goes up here and over here, and then we want to get it up to here. But right now, we don't have the right block to get to the side. So this is going to have to be a rotor. Okay, there we go. And now this guy needs to pipe up over here. Alright, so yeah, it needs a block up here, unfortunately. To
Energy
be
critical.
airtight is going to be the problem. I'm regretting this entirely. This is going to be so ugly just to get a little connector up here. Alright, I got a different idea. I put all that stuff back in there, and then this plumbing is still the same, but I went ahead and put a hinge here, and I'm thinking we can get this guy as just like a solid plate. Let's get the converter. Is it in with the big conveyors? Yeah, this guy. There we go. Now we got a nice little platform, and we can build up and put a connector over here on the wall. I think would be fine. So let's get some conveyors. Some tiny conveyors. And we'll just run these up the wall like this, and make this little custom pipe work. I think is fine. It'll look a little junky. Actually, let's go over here. I didn't want to put it here because we've got a block on the outside and it would not pressurize, so it has to be inside this block, and I guess that should have been black, huh? Let's get the train back in here. Okay, wonderful. Like it. Now here we need to come up and pipe to get over to here. I guess we'll probably just come to the edge of the block, or maybe we'll come a little bit further so we can get out of the way of that light. That would be the best, I think. Alright, can we get so lucky to put a 90 right here? Ooh, we can. That's good. Awesome. We definitely should have built the monorail before we built the station. This is definitely looking pretty piecemealed, but I'm kind of okay with it. You know, if this kind of happens at a factory, you get only certain things planned out, and other things just have to be spur of the moment. Do we want any other piping to go anywhere else? I mean, I don't know. I don't think we need anything else. Let's just cap it off for now, but I guess we have it for the future if we need to put another port somewhere. But yeah, that should work there. Now let's just go ahead and get our angles and stuff correct. Yeah, one works, and then we're not scraping on the ceiling. That's totally fine. And then we'll just lock this. There we go. And now we should be able to power, or get our batteries recharged. Let's go ahead and see what that camera looks like when we're in the cab. We're going to lose all of our air. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, so the monorail is in and hooked up, so if we hit number 8, it'll rotate that rotor, and the doors will start to close. Alright, so now we're in our pressurized station. We should be able to get up in here to the lobby, which is fully pressurized. And now we can unlock these doors. Pressurize. Awesome. And this guy should be... It is not. Are we not pressurized in here? I thought we were. We are. High pressure. Why is it losing pressure? Alright, well I went ahead and did a restart on the world here, and it did not help. So it's still venting out to atmosphere. It doesn't know that it's in a pressurized environment. But when we're in here, our character does. It knows that we're pressurized and we can breathe. So, kind of unfortunate. It is what it is. We'll probably just not load ice into that O2H2 generator, and we'll just use like this vent over here to suck air from this room into the train. That way we're not wasting too much ice. Yeah, unfortunate, but that's okay. So now we can go ahead and get into the cab here. And if we press number 9, it will open the door. I should probably get a camera. Now that I think about it, this is going to vent out anyway, so let's just go ahead and open the door. I should get a camera here so we can actually view when that thing is rotated around. I really wish this camera, this top-mounted camera, we had a bottom-mounted camera, or we just called this a mounted camera and we rotated the view just like you can rotate the LCDs. I don't know why we can't just rotate the camera view. Even the other cameras, it'd be nice to be able to rotate, because sometimes your gun's upside down, you know, whatever you want. It's just kind of weird that that's the case. Okay, there we go. Now we got a camera on the front. Now we can actually see that that track is complete, so we can drive out, so that's cool. Alright, well I just found a flaw in the design that I had over here, and I went ahead and fixed it. Put a rotor in here to get this guy to rotate out of the way, because the gun was kind of clipping on it. I don't know how we got in here to test it earlier, and it was fine, and then when I tried to come out, it was kind of clanging out. So, we're gonna go ahead and try it now. Hopefully it's a little bit smoother than what it was doing earlier. Let's go ahead and get a little bit better view here. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, it was just kind of hitting. Alright, there we go. We have a working monorail. I'm going to go ahead and call it an episode here. The next content should be SE2, so I'm excited about that. I will see you back on Mars soon.